Bloody hell, it's that time of the year again already, would you believe it? Where we go and scour the shops of the world for some low-rent Christmas tat to point at and laugh. And I'll tell you what, a bit of a sad note this year. This is the last year we will feature anything from 99p stores, because they have been purchased by Poundland, and I believe over the next year they will be absorbed into the mothership and disappeared. I think that's the technical financial term, absorbed into the mothership. Also, I can't remember actually if any of the items did come from 99p stores, so maybe we've already had our last from them for the Yuletides. Anyway, who gives a shit? It's Christmas. And when you think Christmas, do you think of bubbles? Me neither, because they've got piss all to do with Christmas. But what if those bubbles were spewed forth from the mouth of Father Christmas himself? Oh yeah, this is quite horrible. Welcome! The Santa bubble-blowing gun thing. Let's just take a second to go through the details here. Here's your bubble fluid shoved up Santa's arse. There's his little feet, there's his little hands, there's his gigantic bonce, and on the back there's kind of a toy laser gun thing going on with a pistol grip and a bright green trigger to fire forth the stream of bubbles from his holy mouth. You may be wondering, why haven't you turned it to face the camera yet? Yeah, getting a little bit Zardoz, isn't it? Quite terrifying on many levels. Merry fucking Christmas! Yep. I can't really think of much else you would want less than this thing in your life in any capacity. Anyway, what happens when you shove 3 AAAs into it? No, wait, double A's. Even more of the old power. And hold down the trigger. So, basically, plays a shitty version of Jingle Bells and flashes some LEDs, including this particularly bright one here. I made sure to look away before I did that, so I caught myself in the eyes with it when I was testing it originally. You'll also be pleased to hear that the siphoning system for the bubble fluid doesn't pissing well work, so he will actually never spew forth bubbles. Oh, isn't that a shame? No bubbles for you! And you can see even like how it would cut them off, the little thing there, but just doesn't work. Instead, it just looks bleeding terrifying. Anyway, thank you to whoever sent that in 45 years ago. I only found it up again recently and basically shit my pants when I looked into its eyes. I am an angry god! Right, what's coming up next then? Well, I tell you what. It's always nice to feature something made out of those shitty plastic scabs that has some sort of colour-changing LCD in it. There's a different one every year. And this year, here it is. Also, I meant LED, not LCD. That would be much cooler. Yes, it's a Christmas star. It's got a little bit of tinsel around it. Made out of slightly putrescent-looking reddy orange scabs. Loads of shitty glue all over the eyes and left on the face. Pipe cleaner mouth thing going on. Turn it on. And it starts off sort of red and then tries to change colour, but frankly it doesn't work very well because there's already a colour to the outside of it. You know, in many ways, every year there is a different one of these, and they always seem to sum up Christmas for me these days. What a tragic situation. Right, time for something far more beautiful. When you're drinking your eggnog or your cheap shitty wine, you can have this rather fetching glass. At least, I think it's still technically a glass. I think it may, however, have transformed into a wonderful work of art, thanks to the what must be beautiful hand-drawn art on it. Here's Father Christmas, choking on his own moustache from his giant flapping tongue, with his star-spangled blue bag, and he's throwing out rotten beetroot. I don't really know. He is shouting ho, though, which means he's a pimp who's lost his prostitute or something. I really don't know what's going on here. I'm going to go on a limb and say the art's probably a bit shit. But wait for it. You haven't seen the reindeer yet. I would like to point out that I did not create this myself for a joke. This is actually sold in shops. It's got 2 eyes on the same side of its head. Or maybe Santa's shot it twice in the head for not collecting enough money from his prostitutes. Who can say? Look, it's got a red stem and everything. But I'll tell you my favourite thing of this glass by a considerable margin. This weird symbol on the bottom. What the hell is that? It's like a sort of weird Batman logo. A Batman logo for Terry Thomas, for the 5 of you who could get the weird visual reference there. But what is that? Something a little bit Blair Witch Project about it, maybe? Is it like a ghost? If you shine it in the sky, will Father Christmas come and give you something from his blue-spangled sack? We may never know. But one thing is for sure, we will definitely never care in the slightest. Come on, Sweden, save us! Save us with some Yule figure, which I believe means Christmas figure. Material glass. I think that means it's made out of glass. And it's a 1-pack, which I think means you only got 1 in the box. But it's not in there, because I've removed it for ease of showing. Welcome! Christmas baboon hippo monkey that's shitting out a blue pipe cleaner? Actually, it's a purple pipe cleaner. It just looks blue through the viewfinder. Oh, who knows what it'll look like when I render it out. Well, purple, because I'll change it to look accurate, obviously. So, on your Christmas tree, you could have this fucking thing. I really don't understand this at all. I mean, it's got definite sort of monkey and hippo vibes. I would have said it was a monkey, mainly because of the massive arse, but then it's got kind of 4 legs with normal feet. So is it... What is this thing? Is this like a traditional Swedish God knows what? Also, it's got shitty bits of awful glittery stuff around the neck, which are just coming off everywhere. So that's really good. Thanks for ruining the sofa, just like half the stuff I bloody put on it. Lots of glitter on the bonce, lots of glitter on the arse as it poos out a bit of purple stuff. I don't quite understand. It's like the Swedish version of the Grinch or something. The monkey hippo that stole Christmas. And they say that his arse grew 3 sizes that day. Why is his arse so big? Why does it look like a pissing hippo? Why is it also a monkey? Why is it wearing a waistcoat? I understand why it's made of glass, though, so you can smash it more easily. No, I'm not going to do that. You can now sit on the top of our Christmas tree. And by sit on the top, I mean hang off the bottom and confuse anybody who sees you. You go over there next to the other dangerous, sharp glass thing. I'm a firing my laser! Now, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without some sort of shit wearable hat thing. But don't worry, because special delivery, 25th of December, Love Santa. I'll bet it's really from him and everything. Who actually made this? Santa hat with beard, North Star. There we are, North Star. That'll do. It's the same pound shop as everything else, of course. Christmas Santa hat with beard. Because let's face it, who has time to have a separate beard and hat when they can both be put together and look like this? But if you're not feeling as festive as that makes you look, and let's face it, who possibly could be, they're also doing a bar humbug anti-Christmas black hat for taking money off miserable fuckers. Fantastic. Why don't you sit over there and fester quickly? Oh, and also, before I forget, many people have asked if they can get a better look at the handjob fairy from this year's advent calendar, which I will link to at the end in case you haven't seen it. Here it is. There is its face. I feel this is in some way sullied our entire Christmas. This arm isn't even articulated. Look, it's literally just that one. Oh, elves. Elves, elves, elves. You've all gone downhill since Lord of the Rings finished. I mean, just look at those fucking Hobbit films for starters. Right, here's a little something jolly. Santa's severed rotund head, complete with hat, stuck on a pair of weird chattering clockwork. This is basically a pair of those clockwork teeth that you used to wind up and would bounce along, but with a weird round Santa head that kind of looks dead and odd. What is the... And it's by our friends at PMS, the toy company that also sounds like premenstrual syndrome. Fantastic. Let's wind him up and watch him disappoint. Well, that's what happens when Santa has a seizure. Thanks for that, PMS. That was wonderful. There is no life in the void. And to finish, I'm actually going to show you something I quite like, which I got many, many years ago. It is a lovely little soft toy Grinch, inexplicably from Pizza Hut, of all bloody places. I think my sister got me this many, many moons ago. And it's a really nice little plush Grinch thing from the old Jim Carrey film that wasn't... I was going to say it wasn't really that good, it was alright. It looks like a fucking masterpiece next to Cat in the Hat. But then again, so does an empty DVD stuck in a pile of dog shit. The thing is, you squeeze his little tummy, and you get some rather jolly pieces of dialogue from the film, painfully loud. The weakness is, it's very, very old. I've had it many years. I don't know if the year is on it, actually, is it? Let's see if we can find out. No, it's been safety tested for children of all ages. 2000, there we go. Good God, this is 15 years old. As you can imagine, the batteries are knackered, and there's no actual way to open it up and change them without surgery, which interests me, because I always thought in the UK, by law, something with batteries in had to have them replaceable, but maybe not. Anyway, I just realised his eyebrows look like coat hangers. Never realised that before. So, last time I pressed it, it just made horrific screeching noises. Let's see if we can get anything out of it today. Oh, it started well. There was always that really long pause between nice kid, bad, just kid, yeah. Well, you probably heard that. Can we get any more out of it? There we are. We got there in the end. Basically, it went the Grinch. Nice kid. Bad judge of character. Merry Christmas, one and all of that sort of bollocks. And it's slightly heart-wrenching to me that I've now got to pull it apart in some manner to get it to work again. But never mind. I'll get some stitches going and we'll get him working. Go on, give us another one. Yeah, all right, that's just getting frightening. Oh, it just did the Merry... I don't know if you picked that up on the mic. Probably not. It just did the Merry Christmas one and all. Really loudly from behind. That's weird. Anyway, let's give the final word to good old Saint Nick himself. My pain is eternal!
Hey everyone. Avoid paying attention to your disgusting family this Christmas by watching Ashens and the Quest for the Game Child, an exciting comedy-adventure film that we made. You can watch it free on YouTube right now. Check out the link in the description.
Extended cut also available on Blu-ray!